What up, Taurus? Happy March. I don't know if we could say happy March with all this craziness going on, but I'm going to stick to my first thing and say happy March to you guys. So, Taurus, I was about to get out there and go cut the grass and prune my trees and rake my leaves, and I was like, you know what? If I got all that goddamn energy, let me go ahead and put Taurus video out and then go do that shit, right? So I was like, let me get on in here and give y'all message for the month, Taurus. So, let's see what we got going on. Taurus, I feel like some of you definitely are going to be getting some type of job offer coming this month. If you put your resume out there, you've been talking to somebody, you've been interviewing, especially if it's a male interviewer, some of you are going to hear some positive news coming back about a job. Now, I do get a move coming in. For a few of you, this is going to be moving to an apartment or moving to a house, but for some, this could be moving from one building to another building, which means that you may be offered a job within the same company, but maybe your department is going to change. Maybe you just have to kind of go across the hall or go across the street. But I feel for some of you, there's just going to be some promotion or something that's coming in with business, and it may be, I'm getting for some oil and gas. For a few, I'm getting like even within the legal, like a attorney or paralegal or a police officer or a detective. I don't know how it relates, but I'm getting that it could be some type of career in the legal field. Now, for some, I do feel if you do have your own business, there may be some expansion that's going in. Some of you may be overwhelmed. You could be moving something from a smaller building to a larger building, or debating if you do need to move something from a smaller building to a newer building or a bigger building. Because I'm getting something with expansion coming in for you guys. Spirit is saying watch your budget and also take care of yourself. If you are kind of going all over the place where you're working, and normally Taurus are workaholics. It really depends on the energy, but a lot of you are. So if you are working yourself too much, kind of make sure you pace yourself, Taurus, because I feel like for some of you, it's going to catch up with you in the form of your immune system being compromised. Now, that being said, with everything that's going on right now in the world with the coronavirus and things like that, you do not want your immune system compromised. So Spirit is like, take a nap, slow down, eat something, pay attention to the messages that are coming through, because for some of you, you're just kind of pushing and pushing and pushing. And Spirit is like, you need to slow down or you're going to get sick. All right, Taurus. I think a lot of you feel like you're Superman and Superwoman right now, but you got to be really, really careful. Now, for some of you, if you're not in this business expansion thing, I'm getting that there is some stagnation where it's like, okay, why isn't things moving? Why aren't they going somewhere? I feel like I'm stuck. For some of you, you may need to change your perception. There may even be something where you got to be careful with the decisions that you're making, because I feel a lot of you are holding yourselves back because of fear. It's like, I want to do it, but I'm scared. So if you're feeling that, you need to change or figure out what you're scared of, and then kind of work through that to see if, you can move yourself forward. For a few, I would even suggest spiritual baths. Things that kind of get that gook off of you. I mean, we go through life day by day. We pick up attachments. We pick up negative energy. And if you have issues with depression or anxiety, you could be a little bit more susceptible to those things. So you might want to even get into spiritual cleansing. Now, for a few, definitely, I feel like there could be some gossip, some stuff going around. I get your back is turned to it. So this is probably behind your back. You may be dealing with some people that are frenemies, talking in your face, but, in the back trying to stab you. So some of you may be kind of coming to the conclusion, you know what, I can't deal with some of these people around me. So I do see something about watching your back and watching your circle and cleaning your circle out. I get differences of opinion. So this could be something that started off with a communication problem, and then it's kind of like, we disagreeing, and now instead of it being you and the person, now it's you, the person, and whoever else has been told about this. And I don't think it's just the person that's gossiping. You could also be going back and talking about the person, because I'm getting on both sides that there's some energy that's spreading. Now, for some of you, you could be feeling like you're a little bit beat up behind this, like I'm defending myself. You may have somebody coming behind you saying, well, this person did this, and, they weren't this good, or they're a bad type of person, or they took money from me, whatever it is. Some of you might be coming in on that lower end of that vibration, and it may not be truth, but you feel like I got to defend myself. So pay attention to your circle this month, Taurus. Some of you might need to close doors with some people. I definitely get conflict that's coming in. If you've been arguing with somebody back and forth, Spirit is like, choose your battles wisely. Do you really want to keep it going? For some, this is pettiness. This is like immaturity. So whether this is you doing it or somebody else is doing it, it's kind of getting to the point, it's like, do I really need to do it? You know, what we solving? Are we solving anything? So I do get this thing of adults that are acting like children, and it could be like I'm just caught up in pettiness. You know, maybe somebody pushed the button, so now you're like, okay, I got to go push a button. Some of this behavior is coming from trauma from childhood. So some of you, before you go off, you might want to kind of just reevaluate. Am I going off because this person is really irritating me and I want to give my energy to it, or is this just triggering me from something that was unhealed from my childhood, and I feel like I gotta buck up because they trigger me. Be careful that you don't get caught up in situations that you don't need to be. For some of you, it could be happening at a job, could be happening with people that you work with, where it could be either you walk away, they're walking away, but then I do feel some regret behind it, or at least the way that it transpired. May not be regretful that the person is walking away or you're walking away, but it'd be like going to an office and losing your mind and then getting terminated, and while you're walking out, it's like, what the fuck did I just do? This person poked at me, I kind of came out with the bear, and then I'm the one that's walking out. All right, Taurus? So kind of be careful that you don't get caught up in that vibe. I do get exhaustion, like I said before. So some of you, I feel like either going to be taking a vacation, taking a trip, pulling away from work, especially if you're working more than one job or more than one place. I feel like some of you have a regular job and you got a side hustle, and then you're trying to make money off of something else. So if you are, expanding yourself or putting yourself out there, really try to pace yourself, you guys, because I'm telling you, there's a lot of exhaustion, energy drain that's showing up in your cards this month. Of course, it won't affect everybody. Depends on where you're at in the cycle. Some of you are coming out of it where you're taking this vacation. Some of you are going into it where you're about to work yourself to the dog shit bone, and you're going to be really, really tired. Now, like I said, right now, you don't want to compromise your immune system. So you want to pace yourself. So let's get into it, Taurus. Taurus, 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 Taurus. Taurus, 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 Taurus. I definitely get like some truth that's going to come out. Whether this is you discovering something that needed to come out, or somebody else is discovering something about you that needed to come out. I feel like could be some conflict with this. Like, wow, I didn't know that this was going on. Some of you, be careful with third-party situations. There could be cheating, outside influences causing problems in your relationship or friendships. So we got Two of Cups. Yoda. We have Two of Blades. We have Ace of Cups. We have the Moon card. Eight of Cups. Strength card. Nine of Cups. Victory. Six of Wands. Page of Cups. Five of Cups. Four of Cups. Queen of Cups. I feel like this is going to be a lot about emotions this month. The Hermit. Knight of Blades. And let's see. Two more, Spirit. Five of Blades. And then the World card. Okay, so right off the bat with the World card, we got travel coming in. For some of you, this could be flying. This could be driving. The thing about it, though, is it kind of fell on top of, let's see, the Five of Cups. But Spirit keeps telling me endings or death. Now, I don't see the death card, so I don't know why I'm hearing it. But it could be that some of you are going to find out that a trip is canceled. Now, if this is a cruise or something like that, you may be hearing that we're going to cancel this cruise. For some of you, you could be traveling out for events that are going to be canceled, because it's showing that there's some travel, but something is not going the way you planned it. For some of you, you're a little bit bummed about this or depressed. So in the wake of everything that's going on, it literally could be that you have a flight. Maybe you're going to somebody's wedding, or you're going to an event to work, because we do have the Eight of Cups card on here, which could be somebody who's going to teach or going to a conference or a convention, somewhere where they're going to learn something, possibly teach something, and you have an event that could be canceled. So for some of you, you may hear that news. I definitely feel like there is going to be moving or shifting travel plans. So maybe if you were planning on flying somewhere, you may hear that, flights have been suspended, and some of you may be getting in a car and driving. But I'm definitely getting that there could be some possibility of some cancellation that's going to be coming in for you this month. Now, I don't feel like it's a final thing. This could be some delay on it, but I do get conflict with this. So some of you, it may be, I thought I needed to do this, or I needed to do this, or I needed to get this done, but it's canceled and I'm a little bit upset. So some of you may be having issues with getting your money back, or there could be some issues with canceling, hotel rooms or things like that. I think a lot of companies are trying to work with people, but of course you're going to have a few that will not. So especially if you didn't get insurance, buy insurance, or have something that backs this up. Some of you might want to check into that. All right, Taurus. Now, I do get that some of you could be in a relationship, but you could be having problems. When we get Two of Cups, sometimes we get people that are really on the same page. This could be a marriage. This could be a soulmate connection. Doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. But with the Two of Blades, if you look at this, there's a problem. There's a decision that needs to be made, or something that needs to be taken care of, but the person doesn't want to look at it. So for some of you, this could be relationship problems. Some of you may be having an issue that you're not really looking at, or you don't want to see. Now, it could have to do with a temptation coming through, because we do have Ace of Cups. So we got Two of Cups, Ace of Cups. Now, this could be somebody that is in a relationship, but there's some problems there that the other person doesn't want to see, and maybe there's a lack of communication, and it could be because a third party is coming into this. Some of you may be finding out that, and I didn't get Three of Swords with this, but I feel like there could be an issue where either somebody's sliding into your DMs, and maybe you're in a relationship or a marriage, or this could be you sliding into somebody else's DMs because you're having problems in your relationship or your marriage. So with the Moon card, something is being hidden. Something is being hidden. So somebody could be having secret conversations, having secret meetings, and the other person may feel like something is not right. They're not really sure what's going on, but they're kind of not looking at it. I don't want to see it. If you look at this card, this person is like, look at her. I don't want to see it. For some of you, this could be problems within your household with money. She has bills and things that she needs to pay, but she's like, you know what, I don't want to deal with it right now. I don't want to make a decision. So some of you could be having some issues where there is some conflict over money. For a few of you, this could be a conflict over another person. Now, if you are not in a marriage or a relationship, I feel like some of you could be meeting somebody. But the Moon card is saying take it slow, because it may be some things that you don't know about this person that are still hidden. I feel like there could be going to an event. This could even be online dating. I get a lot of communication. I get a lot of connecting with somebody, possibly meeting through friends. But I will say, Taurus, if this is going on, take your time. Take your time, because Spirit is kind of saying there's something that maybe still needs to be found out about this person. There's some type of, if this is something brand new, this person may not be telling you all their business. But the whole thing that bothers me is that there could be some type of issue that's being hidden. Let's go ahead and look into that a little bit more, Taurus, because I'm nosy like that. Hold on just a moment. Let me grab my other cards. Let's see what this person could be hiding. Taurus, 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 Spirit. Any guidance? Any guidance? For some, I'm getting that you could be dealing with somebody who is bisexual, or either not telling you everything about their sexuality. I don't know why, but I feel like somebody may not be forthcoming about their preference when within their sexual preference. For some of you, I do feel like you may have somebody who's bisexual that is dating women, but they like men, or a woman that is dating a man, but she likes women. So that may be something the person is not seeing right off the bat. I feel like at some point it could come out, but I definitely feel that there is something that has to do with sexuality. Some of you may even be picking this up with somebody that you're dating. You know what they say in the South, they got got a little sugar in their tank. Some of you might be dating somebody that you're like, okay, what's going on? Let's talk about it. There's nothing wrong with it, but let's talk about it. Nothing worse than going on a date and somebody doesn't put that on the table so that you can make a decision. Because some people don't care. They don't mind dating people who are bisexual, and then you have some people that really, it's like, okay, that's not my thing. But you don't know until you put it out there. So if this is pertaining to you, you go ahead and put it out. Put it out there. It's better that you know so you don't waste your time. All right. Taurus. What's going on with this relationship? Oh, somebody's married. So some of you could be dealing with somebody who's married, or you could be married and flirting with somebody else. 3 of Spades, even though it's not in the original pool, I feel like some of you are going to be dealing with a third person coming in. Now, I'm getting side piece. So this could be that somebody's married, you're the side piece, or either you're married and you got a little side piece. Let's see. We got player energy, one-sided relationship, and we got 3 of Spades again. 3 of Spades keeps coming up. So we got outside interference. Either you're going to be dealing with somebody who's already in a relationship, or they're a player and there's flirtations and they're dealing with more people than you. Take your time, Taurus. Definitely take your time, because the moon card is showing that somebody's trying to hide something. They're trying to hide something. You could make a soulmate connection with somebody who's a player. Not every soulmate is going to be your ride and die love forever. So even though you have that kind of connection, take your time, figure this person out so that you don't get hurt. Some of you are going to be looking at a situation or not looking at a situation because you don't want to deal with it. Maybe you know something is up, but you don't want to address it because you're all in this Ace of Cup feelings. I love, I'm feeling good. It's good. But we got something that you need to open your eyes and see in a relationship. All right? Some of you are definitely going to be going back to school. Spirit is saying studying something, getting degrees. You could be getting certified. For a few of you, you could be opening your own business, but you need maybe some business classes, or you're taking some type of certification class. I keep getting something to run machines. So some of you could be incorporating some type of machines into your business where you have to learn how to do the machine, or you're training people how to do the machine. I have a little day spa with a friend, and whenever we thought about getting body treatment things in there or lasers in there, you got to take classes, you got to get certified so that you know how to do the machine. Now, for some of you, it definitely shows that this education is going to go ahead and boost you and take you to the next level, which means that you're doing it with the understanding that you're going to make money. So for a lot of you, definitely going back to school, could be finishing your degrees. For some, this could be getting certified in something to get out into the workforce. And for those that are already working or entrepreneurs, you could be learning something to expand your business. Now, for a few of you, with that travel card and this card on top of each other, I feel like either you're going to be traveling to learn something, so that could be that you're going out of state. You could have a child or somebody that's about to go to college. But for some of you, I feel like you could either be teaching. You might be traveling and going from place to place. I did that last year, and I got stuff that's going on this year. Well, I guess we'll see with everything going on. But for some, you could be like me, where you're traveling and you're teaching and you're sharing knowledge with other people. Now, I do get a really strong fight for independence this month, Taurus, which means that even if you're in a relationship, some of you could be dealing with, I don't want you suffocating me. I don't want you all over me. You could be telling your friends this, your coworkers this, your partner this. I feel like there's a big push for independence. When you look at this card, this person is like, let me get my shit together so I can take care of me. Some of you may have come through a really tough time where it's like you were codependent on somebody, or you came from a childhood where maybe there was issues with abandonment or stability. Because I'm feeling like for a few of you, there's this real strong energy of, I want to stand on my own. I want to have my own money. I want to have my own stuff. And I feel it really strong, Taurus. So some of you could be trying to finish your education so that you can go ahead and get this job and get your own stuff going on. For a few of you, it could be a challenge trying to get through this. You might be taking something where you're struggling in school. For a few, I definitely feel like there could have been a limitation or something that you had at one point. Doesn't have to be physical. This could be emotional. But I feel like there's an issue with abandonment or not having enough, not wanting to be poor, not, a lack of money. And some of you are pushing yourself to go to that next level so that you can have your own. For a few, I feel like you could be moving out of somebody's house or have somebody moving out of your house because they want more independence. They want to stand on their own. I do get moves coming in. So for a few, with the Three of Spades coming, this could be divorces, separation, where somebody's like, you know what, I'm about to get my own place. There could be some worries about that. Maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe some of you are going to get an eviction notice, or there could be some issues with the money where you have to move. But I get more so a need for independence, wanting to stand on your own. I do get job offers that are coming in. So I feel like for some of you, if you have been putting out your resume and you have an education or you've been trying to learn something to move to that next level, you're going to get some positive news about bringing this to the next step for you. And I feel like going through interview and definitely getting some type of callback with a job. I do get victory with that. If you've been dependent on somebody and you're really trying to push your way forward, I feel like you're going to be doing it in a major way. And for some of you, this has been a struggle. The Strength card is telling me, for a few of you, that you've been really kind of pushing through. There could have been something holding you back. Maybe for some of you, it could have been education level. Some of you may have needed to complete something so that you could apply for another job. But I do get wanting to head towards this and getting victory. Independence. Nine of Pentacles. Moving towards more money and being able to do something on your own. Now, in this picture, we got a lot of people cheering this person on, but you have some in the background that are kind of looking like, what the fuck? How did they do that? How did I do that? I think that there could be some issues with the gossip where you may have some people who are on your team or, like I said, in your circle, but they're not really supporting you. Now, Taurus, it looks like you're coming out on top anyway. But be really careful of people who are manipulating you. A lot of y'all get caught up with people that are draining your energy or draining your money. You may feel like you're obligated to take care of other people, but you're not. So be really careful that you're not letting people hold you back. Get your support together. Like I said, there's victory coming in, but I get that there's conflict that's coming from this. Some of you could have conflict where it's either one or two things. In this picture, this person is sitting back while somebody is doing what they want to do. Not what she wants them to do, but what he wants to do. So some of you could be having some problems where it's a one-sided relationship. Some of you could be telling a person, look, do what I tell you to do. I'm the one making the money. I'm the one doing this. You fall in line with me. And you could have conflict with somebody who's like, look, no, we ain't doing that. Or vice versa. You could be in a very controlling relationship where somebody is telling you, fall in line. Do what I tell you to do. So some of you, I'm getting that there's some conflict, and it's because you could be manipulated or pushed into doing something that you don't want to do. Some of you are going to find that you may have to stand your ground with somebody. If this is not you and this is somebody doing it to you or you doing it to them, I feel like there's going to be this thing where it's like, okay, no, we're going to have a come to Jesus or come to clarity type of talk, because I'm not going to fall in line like this. Especially if you feel like you're just kind of going along with somebody to keep the peace, or somebody's going along with you to keep the peace. I feel like there's some conflict that's about to come out of that. Some of you are going to find out that you're dealing with somebody who's very narcissistic. They want things their way. If this is not their energy, this could be your energy, Taurus. But I keep getting like somebody's like, I don't really care what you think. This is what I want. Now, this could be a co-worker. This could be a partner. This could be a family member. But you may have to stand your ground with somebody, especially if you're an empath, because I'm getting somebody that's trying to save the world. Like, I'll give, I give, I give. Be careful that you're not buying your friendships or you're not buying your relationships. Like, I'll do this for you, and you'll treat me nice. Or I'll give you this money and then you'll do right by me. No, don't do that. Don't do that, Taurus. Some of you are going to get burned like that. You may have to stand your ground. You may be dealing with somebody who's trying to really manipulate a situation. And you might end up getting your feelings hurt behind this. Three of Spades is somebody interfering in a relationship that could come back and cause emotional pain. So this could be a friend, somebody who's close to you. But make sure that you're not the one that's trying to push your ideas on somebody. Do what I tell you to do. Because it's going to come through with a conflict. Now, for a few of you with all these water cards, you could be hooking up with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I'm getting May, December romance. Some of you may be connecting with somebody who's younger than you or older than you. But I do feel like there is something that is coming in as far as a relationship or a temptation. Now, even if a person is younger, because I'm getting a vibe that some of you are dating somebody who's younger, who's actually mature. Like they could be mid-20s, early 30s, but they act like they're 50 years old. Some of you might be older and act like you're younger, you're more playful energy. But I'm getting some type of imbalance with the energy. It's almost like if you're too serious, you're getting somebody who comes in that wants to have fun. Now, some of you may have people that are looking at this like, okay, what are they doing with this person? This person is too young. This person is too old. Because I do get some issues where somebody might be looking at your relationship and have an opinion. You may be, trying to explain it. You don't have to explain it. Age ain't nothing but a number. If they are legal and they are of age to vote and do whatever, and you are too, then that's your business. But I feel like some of you may have some hang-ups with somebody who's either older or younger because of outside influences or families. Some of you are going to connect with somebody that you had hoped, or you hope that things are going to move forward, but there could be some type of disconnect, or it could be outside influence where other people are causing some type of problem. Could be gossip about a relationship, or either somebody just saying this person is different. For some of you, you may even have family members who are like, we don't want this person in the family. We don't want this energy. We don't want this connection. So some of you may be battling family or friends based on something that you want to do. If you're an adult, do it. With the Hermit card, I do feel like some of you are going to go and pull back. Could be pulling back from some people, taking some time to yourself because of conflict, miscommunication. Some of you may start something up with a person that is of an age difference, and you hit like a little bump in the road. Person pulls back or you pull back, and then it's like, okay, you know what? I'm going to take some time to be by myself. I do get some issues with being manipulated, one-sided relationships, or somebody trying to get the one up on you, and you pulling back from this person. With the gossip, I feel like if there are other people around with this, I feel some of you are going to be kind of cutting your circle a little bit. Like, you know what? People like, do you want to go out? And it's like, no, I don't want to go out. I don't want to spend time with you. For some of you, this could be the quarantine, not going out to events, not because you're quarantined, but it's because you don't want to. Because I get with this Hermit card, somebody is like, I just don't want to be around people. I really don't want to be around people. This could be because you're hurt. Some of you, it's just literally because of conflict that you're going through with people, and you're kind of taking a step back. But for some, it's just that you don't want to be around people. There could be some issue with some depression. Some of you may be feeling like you're giving, but you're not getting anything back. I do feel like you have people that are trying to support you, but maybe you're drained, and that could be why you're going in a hermit mode. Like I said, be careful of one-sided relationships, especially if you're getting into it with somebody new. Like Spirit is saying, take your time. This could be something that you need to look a little bit deeper into. This person could be married. This person could, be bisexual or gay, and they're not telling you this. And when you find out, there could be a pullback where you're like, okay, I need to get myself back together because I didn't know this was going on. I definitely feel like in a relationship, a truth may come out where you're like, I thought we were better. And this could be friends, this could be romantic, but I just hear somebody saying, I thought we were better. I thought we had a better friendship, or I thought we had a better connection than what's going on right now with us. Let's see, Taurus, Spirit. Anything else for Taurus? Anything else? Some of you definitely are going to make a connection with a soulmate. Not every soulmate is going to be a hard relationship. But for some of you, I think there's going to be an intense attraction. And you kind of put on your glasses, your rose-colored glasses, because you don't want to see the problems that are coming in with that. But you got to be really mindful that soulmates bring in lessons. So there could be something that you need to learn. So don't be so quick. I know what people sometimes in relationships, when it gets hard, it's like, okay, you know what? I don't want to do that. I want the good feelings, like when we started and we were going out to eat and dance and going to movies and laughing and playing, and then we hit this hard patch, and it's like, I don't want to do this. But you got to understand, no relationship is perfect, right? Don't be a fool behind one. But also don't shut things down at the first sign of trouble. Because some of you with that moon card, there's some things that you need to see. And maybe you need to see them so you can work through them. Taurus, 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 Taurus. Right. Some of you could be finding out too, a person that you're dealing with has somebody else pregnant, Taurus. Now, it is showing a young lover coming in. Some of you, this is going to be a wish come true. Somebody that comes in with some new energy. Let me see. I'm getting that you could have some jealousy from an old person or a person from the past who doesn't want you to move forward, or even someone who doesn't really agree with you dating somebody else. Maybe you're upgrading. You know, you dating somebody that looks like a supermodel or whatever, and this other person is feeling some kind of way and trying to cause problems. I do get some spiritual growth, so that Four of Cups could be depression, anxiety, not feeling like you're on your best game right now. We got a lot of things that are going on planetary wise. We got a lot of things that are going on in the world right now, and a lot of empaths are feeling things really, really heavy. If you're not an empath, this could be an awakening or something that's going on that's spirit guided though. So I would say take your cleansing baths, do some meditation. If you need to talk to a spiritual person, you know, clergy or either a priest or either somebody that is in the spiritual community, you might want to do that to help you out. I definitely feel like you got some options coming in with love this month, Taurus. Whether you're married or single or in a relationship, it's showing temptations that are coming through. For some of you, you're going to get a new job and meet somebody at this job. For a few of you, this could be some type of social event that you're going through. But I do see you're going to meet somebody. And like I say, take your time. Take your time. There's potential for love, but there's also potential for some fuckery. So you kind of have to discern which is which for you. All right, Taurus? All right, I guess let me get out there and cut that grass now, you guys. Love you.